Hi, I'm Sally,
And I'm Anne.
and welcome to the 1% Happier and Healthier podcast. And this is our mini series giving you small tips that are going to help you make small steps to living a happier and healthier life. And today we're going to talk about taking control of your finances.
It's a big one. I know. Don't turn the video off at this point. It's going to be really useful because we're just going to share with you some really, really small, simple steps, starting with awareness.
Yes, and I guess challenging that point of I'm no good with money, or I'm no good with finances, or I'm no good with numbers. I think sometimes we just have this label for ourselves where it just puts us off even starting to
Yeah,
think about our
yeah.
finances.
And then that makes it all, it's not, it makes it a bit of a no-go area. But
Mm.
the thing is, it has to be a go area to know where you are and what you can do about it. And, one of the simplest things you can do is to start looking at what the essentials are that are coming out of your bank account. What are the non-negotiables that you have to pay every single month? That's the first starting point, I feel.
I think, well, I guess it's making that decision to look under the rocks and look at what
Yeah.
you're spending and going, right, I am going to take a look at this. It's taking that deep breath and that first step of I'm going to take a look, writing it all down.
Yeah.
And then, as Anne says, categorizing into those
Mhm.
non-negotiables.
I think the writing it down is key because even though you can look at your bank statement, by actually copying it onto a piece of paper, you're making it real and you're absorbing it, you're taking your time, you can do the pause and just take it nice and steady. Maybe just set a 5 minute timer to start off with and do 5 minutes of it, then come back to it. Don't make it a massive job at all, make it a small, achievable job
Hmm.
to look at.
Yep.
And once you've done that, you've got your account out and you start to write it down. You can split it in between your ins and your outs every month, so you've got that awareness. And maybe do it over a few months. So you've got sort of the spending patterns possibly coming up, so maybe over a 3 month period. But again, if going to 3 months to start off with is too much for you, just keep it to 1 month to start off with because you've made a start, and that's the
Yeah.
most important
Well,
thing.
that's it. So some outgoings are monthly, aren't
Yeah,
they? So like your mortgage or your rent is going to be monthly, but some things are quarterly,
yeah,
aren't they? Like your
yeah.
TV license, I pay quarterly.
Yeah.
What other things might be quarterly?
Uh, I can't think of any myself. Most of it is monthly, but you don't want to get caught up with quarterly, so it's worth reviewing 3 months
Yeah.
worth of bank accounts.
Yeah. So I think that's the first step is look at what's coming in and look at what's going out. And
Hmm.
obviously you kind of want more to be coming in than going out. But even if that's not the case, don't worry because you can make some changes.
Yeah. And I think those changes are starting small. So you can start looking at subscriptions that you're paying out. Some of them you might not even be using. So that awareness is quite important.
Mhm.
You might have, for instance, a car coverage, like AA or RAC. Consider if you can change the package you've got, or you can check, you can move, they might have some actual deals where you can cancel and you can actually get it cheaper if you re-sign up again. So it's just looking at those subscriptions and seeing what you can do with them. And if you can cancel them, change them, or find a newer competitive monthly payment that you can make with another
And of
business.
course, TV is a typical one for this
Yeah,
because you might just sign up for Netflix to watch a particular film or a series, and before you know it, you've got Netflix,
yeah,
Amazon
yeah,
Prime, and Disney, and all the others. And before you know it, you're paying hundreds of pounds out each
yeah,
month. So I think it's definitely worth reviewing those. And quite often, when you buy something on Amazon or other shops, you sign up for a subscription
yeah,
without realizing it as well.
yeah,
And perhaps if you're not checking your bank account regularly, that might be something
yeah,
that you're paying out
yeah,
as well. And of course, some things are flexible. So obviously, everybody buys food every month, but it could be, that you could be able to pare back on that.
yeah.
That you might find actually, I don't need to be buying such expensive things, or, you can just perhaps set yourself a little budget.
Yeah, and I think with the whole shopping, there is something about shopping online because you're not getting distracted by all the things in store. I know from my personal experience that I like to go to the smaller supermarkets where there's not so much there. So shopping online is good because you can do comparisons online. You can look at your weekly shopping bill to see how you can cut it down. And yeah, it stops you buying the unnecessary things. So I think with the brands that you buy, generally you might go for a specific brand, like Sally was saying, but there is try other things as well because there might not be something exactly the same, but some of the unbranded stuff in supermarkets now is just the same quality as some of the branded stuff. So don't just get stuck on sticking to a particular brand because you've always done that. Just be curious.
So yeah, so as we've said, if you write a list of everything that's going out, you can then write it down as non-negotiable, like your rent or your mortgage and your electricity bill and all of those things. Then there are some things like shopping, you can spend more or less each
Hmm.
month. But then there's some other things that, like cinema, coffees, just other ad hoc things. They're the kind of the flexible things. And
Hmm.
sometimes we don't know how much that's kind of
Yeah.
costing because, a lot of us just pop out for a coffee here and there, perhaps grab a coffee on the way to work or, we'll go for a coffee with a friend. And actually, it can be £8 for two coffees.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
before you know it, if you do that every week, that's adding up across the month. So it might just be worth just checking in. How much are you spending on some of those ad hoc things? And it
Hmm.
could be more than you think.
Yeah, yeah, and that could be £400. Sorry, 400. That could be £100 a month on coffees. But you could also get a really nice um, to takeaway cup, which is insulated, and you get buy some nice coffees that you ever have at home, and you make them and you take them to work.
Hmm.
So there's loads of things. So you don't have to miss out necessarily. You just have to find different ways of doing things.
Or it might be that you say, well, I'm going to treat myself to a coffee once a
Yeah,
week instead
exactly.
of every single
Yeah,
day.
yeah, yeah. Cool, cool, cool. So we've got our ins, our outs, our non-negotiables. Oh, the other good thing is to consider as well is you've got your bank statement, but also check your credit card statement
Mm.
because there might be apps coming out of there that you're subscribing to. So have a look at those as well because they're a bit cheeky. They tend to renew without you realizing. Definitely been caught out myself in the past with that.
And if you are using a credit card, I guess use one that gives you some benefits.
Yeah.
So, the one that I use, I get points and I
Mm.
can convert those points for things like going out for meals,
Voucher.
voucher
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
Um,
Tesco's is quite a good one for that, isn't it?
mm.
Yeah. But yeah, there's lots of little things. It's just, I think it's just that awareness again, Sal, isn't it?
And I guess if you have got spare money for savings, look up the Money Saving
Yeah.
Expert website and see where you should be putting your savings
Hmm.
so that it actually makes you a little bit more money as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. Cool.
There's also some money saving websites, when you're buying things
Yeah.
through
Like a cashback
cashback.
facility. Yeah.
Yes. So
Yeah.
that's something to Google is cashback websites where you can actually book hotels or make purchases. You
Hmm.
can actually get cash back
Yeah.
over time as well. So there's various kind of small tips and tricks you can make to make the best use of your money.
Yeah.
So we hope that you'll take some of those away today. And I guess if you don't like looking at your finances, we hope you start taking a look. And if it's been useful, please share with a friend.
Thank you.